Tension is building this morning between the Democratic candidates. They will also face off in Wisconsin on Tuesday with 86 delegates up for grabs. But yesterday, both Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders campaigned here in New York. A win in that primary on April 19th would have big implications for both candidates. Clinton showed her frustration during one of the rallies. She battled a Greenpeace activist who questioned the source of her political donations. Juliana Goldman is in Washington, and she's tracking the Democratic race. Juliana, good morning.
Good morning. Well, when Hillary Clinton announced she was running for president last April, she probably never thought she'd still be engaged in a primary fight against Bernie Sanders nearly a year later. And it appears some of those frustrations are now boiling over.
Will you act on your words and reject fossil fuel money in the future in your campaign?
I do not. I have money for people who work for fossil fuel companies. I am so sick. I am so sick of the Sanders campaign lying about me. I'm sick of it.
Campaigning Thursday on her home turf of Westchester, New York, a visibly irritated Hillary Clinton sounded off in response to a claim she's taking money from the fossil fuel industry. Bernie Sanders' campaign maintains Clinton and her super PACs have accepted millions from the industry, but Clinton says it's money from people who only work for the companies, and that Sanders himself accepted the same.
Oh, I know. The Bernie people came to say that. We're very sorry you're leaving.
Earlier, Clinton shot back at a group of protesters who shouted, "If she wins, we lose."
They don't want to hear the contrast between my experience, my plans, my vision, what I know I can get done, and what my opponent is promising.
But I am very proud that I was born here in New York City.
Last night, thousands turned out in the Bronx for the Brooklyn-born Sanders, who's making a strong play in New York. With 247 delegates at stake, the state is a critical test for him, even though he trails the former New York senator there by 12 points.
If we win here in New York, we are going to make it to the White House.
Clinton's campaign says the delegate math works against Sanders, but he raised more than $40 million in March, and as long as he's flush with cash, he can stay in the race. Now, Charlie, last night he appeared on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert answering questions about delegates, and also had a little bit of fun, too, with a T-shirt gun that he spent some time shooting into the audience.
Sliding into the sort of folk hero role.